And hello there, all you Stay Tuners. Welcome back to another episode of Stay Tuned Sports. Good friend Jimbo here with our good buddy King. What's up, bud?
Hey, Jimbo! How you doing, brother?
Well, I mean, you see my face. You know, I didn't get stung by any wasps. The wasps are dead, in case the viewers tuned in yesterday.
That's good. Yeah, anybody paid attention to the countdown yesterday, which you can over on our YouTube channel if you're listening to us through our podcasting or on Spotify and Apple Music or Podcast or whatever the hell it is, or any other podcast places that we are. Yeah, we're on YouTube now, so go ahead and check us out over there. YouTube.com/@StayTunedSports. But yes, on the countdown yesterday, we talked about how you were getting invaded by wasps. Wasps that we were saying, not the Freudian slip that I had, but wasps, the bugs. And yeah, so yeah, you're looking good. No stings, no swarming, so that's very good. Similarly, as I was just kind of thinking about this, because I was thinking about a segue. I was trying to think about segue. I'm good at segues, usually.
Yeah.
Not all the time. Sometimes it's a dad joke. Sometimes it's not bad, but I'm usually good at segues. But I was thinking, how am I going to segue this? And then you brought up the wasps, and it's like wasps and bees and everything. They usually have that kind of black and yellow coloring pattern.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
And also reminds us of a certain... What I like... Personally, I always like the Bumblebee jerseys that the Steelers had as their throwbacks. I thought those were pretty cool.
I thought they looked stupid.
Well, yeah, but your team wore, baby shit.
The better one.
Piss yellow, baby blue nonsense bullshit. Which, by the way, are the city colors of Philadelphia. So, congratulations. Your city's got the shittiest color scheme in the history of cities. It's a shitty city.
Say that 5 times real fast.
But yeah, so this terrible segue is just going into the fact that the Steelers are huge in the news right now because apparently they are seriously making a push, an effort to try to get Brandon Aiyuk from the San Francisco 49ers. Now, there are a couple of not quite reliable reports out there saying that deal's already done. They've set the framework in place. They're just waiting to hammer out some little tiny details, but it's done. He's a Steeler. Watch out, everybody. None of those are credible sources that are saying that, though, so it makes you pause. It gives one pause. Makes you just take a pause and see what the fuck is going on. I don't know what the latest is as we're looking at it. From what I can see here is, I believe somebody said that the agent for Aiyuk has made a statement saying that there is no deal in place with the Steelers or any team. Now, we knew that the Patriots had kind of set... They had everything set. They had a contract waiting for him that was set, that was going to pay him somewhere north of like $30 or $32 million a year, like Tyreek Hill money. And that they had a compensatory package that the Niners wanted, but that Aiyuk had no desire to go there whatsoever. So, first of all, ouch.
Yeah.
That kind of hurts, right? Here, you can make all the money in the world. I know you're talking about money. You want to have money. All this money is all money here. And it's like, nah.
I'd rather make $17 million with 49ers.
That's not, no. Listen, I thank you for the effort. I appreciate all the hard work you've done crunching those numbers and getting the paperwork done and everything like that. That's great. Thank you very much for that. However, I will not be coming to your bum-ass organization. Is Tom Brady coming back? Tom Brady's going to be quarterback there? Oh, no? Oh, Bill Belichick going to be on the sidelines? Oh, no, it's Gerard. Okay, then I respectfully but firmly pass. That's just what it kind of feels like, So, and we heard yesterday that the Browns had something similar. Like, they also kind of seem to have a framework set, ready to go if he had decided to go there. We started hearing yesterday that Aiyuk was 100%, well, not 100%, but he was very favorable to the Steelers. He wanted to go to, if he had his choice, it would be Pittsburgh. And I said yesterday on the countdown that we talked a little bit, I've talked a little bit on social media, it's like, I don't know if the Steelers have the assets to be able to send back to San Francisco that San Francisco would want to accept or be happy with accepting. Outside of unless you're sending them Kenny Pickett, which they're not going to do.
Kenny Pickett's with Philly. George Pickens.
George Pickens. Pickens.
Yeah.
You know, I don't give a shit. It's the same goddamn name.
I mean, we'll trade Pickett to the Niners for him. Look, if he makes the team.
No, listen, because clearly, as we've learned with the New England thing, is that Aiyuk wants to go to a winner, so he would not go to Philadelphia. Let's be honest.
He doesn't. He ain't gonna win with Purdy, that's for sure.
Well, Purdy's been to a Super Bowl and should have won one.
Jalen Hurts. And should have won one.
Yeah, on the strength of that defense, really, if you think about it. It was really... And the fact that they, intentionally hurt Purdy in the NFC Championship game like a bunch of dirty bastards that you are. So...
that's going to be forever our argument till the
yes,
end of time.
It will. Well, listen, just like you love to just needle me and poke the bear and fuck with me all the goddamn time by saying your nonsensical bullshit, now I got something I can do with you. I can just fuck with you all day. But yeah, so the latest is the latest is the same as it was yesterday, as it was the day before. Is something happening? Maybe, but we still have no real clear idea of what the fuck is going on. Yeah. So, Brandon Aiyuk, as of now, is still a 49er. That's all we know.
Let me ask you this, though, because obviously I was one of them that fell for the not reliable sources because I messaged you about it. This popped in my head. Now, this popped in my head when I read the thing that said the Steelers and Aiyuk had an agreement in place. Steelers moving on to talk to the 49ers about the trade compensation. What does Aiyuk do if whatever team he may want to go to has a contract in place and that team is the only team that left and says, here's the trade compensation to the Niners, and the Niners say, nah. Does Aiyuk make this even a worse situation and be a bigger drama?
Well, no, because this has been the whole thing going in here. Is they told Aiyuk that he can start looking around and ask teams and see if there would be teams that would be willing to meet what his contract demands are. But this was always many moving pieces. This was always going to be, not only did they have to satisfy Brandon Aiyuk's contract demands, but they were also going to have to satisfy the 49ers and their compensation demands. Like that was there was always going to be two parts of this. So I don't think it's a case of where, Brandon Aiyuk is going to be upset if we have a contract in place and the 49ers then say, no, we don't want to do it. I think he understands, and maybe that's why he was, when we saw him a couple times going off the field to go talk with John Lynch and go talk with Kyle Shanahan, off the field, go back into the office and talk about it. Maybe that's what those conversations were. It's like, listen, this is fine, but this is going to be we're not giving you up for nothing. Like, It has to be something that makes sense for us and that makes sense for you. And I'm sure he and his agent have that mentality there with it. And he should anyway. If not, if he's going to get butthurt over that, then, you're in the wrong business. But, like, you're not going to get traded somewhere and not have the 49ers get a significant amount back for you. That's not going to happen. So, I don't think, I think he would be fine with playing for the 49ers this year. Okay. Knowing that, and maybe that's another thing in it too. Maybe that's like they said, listen, if we can't work something out, if there's not something there, we can try to work something in the offseason. We'll try to work out something this season. But at the end of the day, if you want to, we'll let you. We won't even franchise tag you or nothing. You can play this year, and then we'll let you go. You get a free agency. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Maybe that's something they've agreed to or not. I don't know. But this strikes me as we'll work with you. We'll try to get you somewhere if you want to get out of here. We'll do all that. But it does have to make sense for both sides. And if
Yeah.
Ayuk is any kind of businessman or has any kind of business acumen, he and his agent clearly should understand that. And part of me has to believe that you do. If you're Brandon Aiyuk, like you have to understand, like there are many moving parts in this, not just what I want,
Yeah.
and it seems like he does. And listen, one of the things too is where does he want to go? Clearly not New England, but so I think what you're looking at here is right now, like here's the thing, like 2 days ago to like even yesterday, it seemed like the Browns were the hot and heavy team. Now it seems like the Steelers are the hot and heavy team because they've actually got back into the negotiations. They were out. Now they're in just when you thought I was out. You pulled me back in. That's where they are. So this seems to be going back and forth. Now, if this falls through with the Steelers, does it go back to the Browns to be like, hey, we're still willing to do this? Did they pull it off the table fully? We don't know. I haven't heard anything about that, about whether or not the Browns said, never mind, screw you. Like, I don't know. I haven't heard anything. And I think that's the other thing, too, is we haven't heard anything, at least from any of the reliable sources.
Yeah.
We've heard from these, local dipshit, Barry McCockiner kind of Twitter profiles that are saying, like, oh, it's a done deal, or oh, it's been rejected, or any of these things. It's like nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
The only thing we know is that we don't know anything. Like I said, I think one of the latest things that came out is that his agent came out and said there's no current deal or structure set out by any team that anybody has either agreed to or seen or done anything like that. So that's the latest news that we have. That there's
And,
not anything.
and I'll give all the parties that are involved credit of keeping this so hush hush. Like you'd think by now you start hearing some a little bit more solid numbers. Like okay, yeah, we know Ayuk wants 30 to 32 million a year, but you'd think there would be a leak of the Steelers offered Ayuk 4 years, 32.75, a year. You haven't heard anything, even compensation of what the Niners are looking for, other than yesterday with the Browns and the Patriots.
Because I think it's fairly certain that what you're looking for is a top flight talent and draft picks. So it's
Yeah,
not a case of, well, the Niners are kind of keeping their cards close to the chest. We know what they want, and especially now that when it came out what the Browns were willing to give up to get Ayuk, as far as player wise, like we're not sure on the draft picks, but we knew they were willing to give up Amari Cooper,
yeah,
which is a significant piece. So if you're the Steelers, you're going to have to give up something close or similar to that. Now, if that's Pickens, got it right this time, then that could be similar in that case. You might do that, or maybe you might add be able to add a lower pick. Like instead of giving a 1 or a 2, you can give like 2 3s or something. And, the next 2 drafts or something like that, you can try to space it out and see like, well, we're giving you this, a value. Like, I'm sure that's a lot of the discussions that are going on. But, there's like at this point, it's just we're just talking, and we're just talking and talking and talking in circles. Apparently the 49ers are working out a couple different receivers. I know what the last I saw was they were working out Robbie Anderson.
wow. He retired.
Out there, so I don't know, like if he's gonna join them or do something like that. But like they have a lot of weapons as it was anyway. But again, there's not a lot going on as of right now.
Yeah,
So we're just kind of sitting here. We're just talking in circles. Brandon Aiyuk, not with the. Again, I still think there is a significant chance that he stays in San Francisco this year. I do. Some people seem to be more on the case of like it's he's going to the Steelers, or does he? I think if he stays in San Francisco, I think he plays. I don't think he causes a huge problem. I don't think he's going to sit out the whole year and cause a bitch fit and do all that kind of shit. Maybe he does, but I think NFL players have also learned the valuable lesson of Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
And, well, what happens if a player stays out all year? What if he does that because he thinks he knows what he's doing and he thinks he knows what he's worth and he gets all that stuff or whatever? And Le'Veon Bell was never heard of again.
Yeah.
After that holdout season that he did with the Steelers. He held out the whole season, and then they, whatever happened, he went to the Jets, fucking disappeared on that fucking team.
He just became average.
And not even average. There was not, you never heard of him. I was here in the New York area, heard nothing about him.
Yeah.
Like he was gone, he was gone. It was it. It was over. So you can cut your nose off to spite your face. You can say, oh, well, I'm going to get, this much $1 million, or I'll get this much guaranteed and do this and that. And you could for one payday, and then you fall off the face of the earth. Like, I don't know. I think that's been a cautionary tale for a lot of NFL players to, not do that. And again, he hasn't held out. He's held in, to avoid the fines.
Yeah.
He's not racking up $1 million worth of fines. Like that whole situation in old Florham Park, New Jersey. But I don't see this being like a whole make or break thing. I don't see it. Now, again, I could be very wrong. I could just be talking out of my ass, and that's usually what I do and usually what happens. But I'm also not one of these assholes that's trying to sit here and say, I know what's happening. We're not putting out fake news. We're not one of these Dove Kleiman fucking piece of shit fucking accounts that do things. And pardon my French, if you will, as the Olympics are still going on, and America's fucking killing it in the medal count. Ahead in golds now, too. Fuck you, communist China.
I was going to say, I haven't... Last time I saw the medal counts maybe 2 days ago, and I saw that we just took over the gold by 2, and we were like 20 overall.
And then I think they came back
medals.
and tied us again, and then we've overtaken it, and now we're just USA baby, capitalism always wins.
Staying with the Olympics, Pat McAfee's show yesterday. They made they were talking about the...
Is that the only place we do for fucking show prep is just Pat McAfee show?
Well, in my defense, I'm at work, so that's the only...
That's what you listen to. I get it. Okay. All right. Listen, I'm not saying... I watch Pat too. I watch Pat too. I'm not saying... I'm just saying... It seems like that's our only show prep that we ever do. It's like, well, I was watching Pat today, and let me tell you...
here's the thing is, like, from 6 to 11, I'm listening to Sirius XM music.
Right.
And because I can't... The only other sports show that I used to be able to listen to that is not on the air no more was Mike Golick and Mike Greenberg. Before they...
Oh, the old Mike and Mike morning show, yeah.
Yeah, that was the only one I could listen to. Pat's show is just... It's funny, it's entertaining. It's
a great sports show. It really is. And I've always enjoyed sports talk and sports talk shows in all their different forms. Your classic formats like Mike and Mike, like here in New York, you have Boomer and Gio in the morning, which I do enjoy listening to in the morning. I've always enjoyed sports talk. I grew up with Scotty Farrell, Farrell on the Bench. That's one of the late night talk shows I used to listen to, that really wanted to get me into talk radio, specifically sports talk radio and stuff like that. So I've always liked, and that's what, I don't know if you remember when we first started this, I always wanted to have like music in the background. I always wanted to have like some kind of song playing. That's why. It was because of Scotty Farrell. I loved fucking Farrell. He was my boy. But yeah, so I mean, I get it. I know why. And that's the other thing too, is that's also something that's kind of dying too. Like there's not, there's very few of the sports talk shows that are like that anymore, that are like the classic sports talk shows, or even like a Pat McAfee show, which is still sport centric. Like a lot of it became the debate shows,
Yeah.
Like a lot of it became, like Pat reminds me a little bit of, and some people like it, some people don't, and I get it, but he kind of reminds me of a slightly better morning zoo show.
Okay.
Now, for anybody who knows radio and anything like that, like the Morning Zoo, the Wacky Zoo show, like you have the Z Morning Zoo here in New York, you have like free beer and hot wings out there in the Midwest, you have, all those kind of things. The Rizzuto show, I think, is out there in St. Louis. Like you have all those kind of morning zoo kind of shows. That's what Pat reminds you of. It's like a sports show, but it's kind of like a morning zoo show. He's got his cast of characters. You got the Toxic Table. You got AJ Hawk. You got the boys in the back. You got, all that kind of shit. And that's it. It's more fun, lighthearted, and, goofy idiot doing stuff. Like that's kind of what it is. And it works. It works.
Yeah.
But because I know people are going to sit there and bitch about it and say, all you guys do is talk about Pat McAfee. All you guys do is talk about Pat McAfee. It's like, because unfortunately, that's where we get a lot of our information, because that's what we're watching. Because what else are we going to watch? We're going to watch the fucking debate shows? We're going to sit there and watch fucking Skip Bayless fucking argue and jerk off with himself? We're going to sit there and watch, Stephen A. Smith? No. Done with that shit. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry to have interrupted and gone on this fucking rant about, the structure of sports talk radio and television today. What was it on Pat McAfee show we were talking about the Olympics?
Well, thankfully, Skip Bayless is finally done being on TV.
Yeah, except now they're going to put, like, fucking, what's his face in there?
Nick Wright's going to
Nick
take
Wright
over.
Or fucking... Put Max Kellerman in there. I like Max, even though he's an asshole and an idiot. At least he's entertaining.
Yeah. But they were talking about the rock climbing, wall climbing, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. They got climbing in their Olympics now.
Yeah. Did you see any clips from that, whatever, it would be USA or France?
No, I mean, I have Peacock, so I can stream it, but I have not watched it, no.
Oh, my, dude, it's like, it was like, go, done.
Oh, the speed, yeah, because that's it. They had two different ones. They had, like, one that's like your regular one, and they had, like, a speed climb.
This had to be the speed climb.
So I'm sure that had to be the speed climb that you were watching. Yeah,
it was like someone should have had like a trank dart or something and just shoot these guys in the ass or something like that to slow them down. It was.
Why is that your first go-to? Like, why do you want to tranquilize these people?
Because I watched Monday Night Raw this past week, and Michael Cole was screaming for the trank dart for Bronson Reed. He just demolished Seth Rollins.
That dude is a beast. That dude is a beast. And, well, Pat had him on list. Again, talking about Pat. But again, it's something else, because you don't get to see that. And because Braun Breaker was on his show. And so you get to, you see a little bit more about him and see, that he, played high school football, played at Kennesaw State, college ball, was a beast. Obviously, he's the son of Scott Steiner there. Scott or Rick?
Dogface Gremlin. So.
Oh, so that's Rick. He's Rick's son.
Yeah.
Not Big Papa Pump, but.
No.
So Big Papa Pump is his uncle, though, so that's not bad either, know. So you get a little bit more of that behind the scenes. You get to see, who he is and why he has that athletic strength and speed and is able to do all that stuff. And I just thought it was very interesting about him. But yeah, no, can you stop talking about like tranquilizing Olympic athletes? It's weird. It's weird. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. Especially since there's never mind. I don't want to get into it. But just don't be weird.
The other topic that I said maybe we could talk about is Giants and Lions getting fined for their.
That was coming.
Fights.
Like we know that was coming.
I don't know if the team should have been fined. I think if anything, the head coaches.
No, because it was continuous. So it was just everybody. It was the team. It was the players. It was the coaches. It was everything like that. That's as close as you're going to get to the NFL of lack of institutional control or whatever. And also, they just have to save face. They have to say, we don't condone the violence and this kind of violence in our. Bullshit. This is the shit that everybody fucking loves. That's why we're talking about it. That's why everybody's like, all of a sudden you got people who are like, fucking Daniel Jones, that's my boy, getting in there. And you got, the fight, Malik Neighbors, and everything. Oh, Malik Neighbors is a bitch. Or, oh, this other guy's a bitch. Or, yeah, good job punching a helmet, idiot. And, you have all these different fucking things going. And then it's just like, well, it's hot out. Yes, that's what's going to happen when it's hot out. And you're going to be doing all this kind of shit. And so it's it's a PR move, as with most of the fines that the NFL does. It's like, oh, it's bad optics, can't have it, so we have to show that we're fining, or we're nipping this in the bud. We're gonna make sure.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, those two teams weren't the only two teams that had fights during practices and stuff like that.
No, but they were the only two teams that had consistently having fights all through their practices for the last 3 fucking days. So
yeah,
that was it.
Malik Neighbor is a bitch for starting that fight.
He's going to bitch out the Eagles this year. I know that. He's going to be catching
Sidney
balls
Crosby.
and bitching out, you motherfuckers. He's just going to be catching balls from Danny Dimes. He's going to be like, boop. And he's going to be right over all yours.
That's the other thing too. I've noticed is the Giant fans that are Danny Dime haters have been quiet lately.
No. I've been reading the comments. They're just as fucking loud. In fact, they're doubling down on that shit. Every pass he fucking makes, everything like that. Oh, they're doing the other stuff too. It's like, he's going to fight in the play. Maybe he could make some passes instead of trying to fight somebody, huh? Oh, maybe he'll break his hand on a helmet. Maybe he'll throw better. Fucking jerk-offs. Dude, I honestly, I hate a lot of the Giants fan base. I just do. There's just some loud, ignorant motherfucker. And then granted, I'm a loud, ignorant motherfucker.
Yes.
But there are other loud, ignorant motherfuckers who are louder and more ignorant than me, and that are wrong.
Yeah.
So I have to hate on them. That's just what we do here. And I mean, I don't know. I think I've posted on social media before. I'll probably post it again at some point during the season. From several years ago, one of our viewings of a Giants-Eagles game. People can see how actually loud and obnoxious I am. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Getting to see myself for the first time, being like, "Wow, I am that fucking loud, huh?" I am that. I don't. To this day, I still don't know how you're friends with me. I don't know how anybody stands being next to me or near me, especially during a sports game. I do understand why what's her face in the bar yelled at me the one time, screaming like, "You got the worst mouth I ever heard on anybody." It's like, now after having seen that video and going back, I was like, yeah, I had to be fucking bad, didn't I? I had to be real bad then, didn't I? Holy shit.
We scared our better halves that time. They went and sat on the steps.
They were over. Well, that's where the video came from. Is they were over on the steps recording our interaction on that. Now, granted, you were into the game and you were getting into it, and you were of an elevated voice level.
Yeah.
But I outshined you so much it seemed like you were fucking whispering. So it was hard, especially since it was like a 4th and 1 and you didn't make it, and I started losing my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Oh God! It's a toast to you. It's a toast to everybody who is still a friend of mine. I don't know how the fuck you do it, but thank you very much for sticking around.
And that was probably the last time that the Eagles and Giants at the same time were good.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. The last time, well, I don't know. The last time we were both good was only 2 years ago.
Yeah, but
good in the sense of that, we were better than bad.
Yeah,
and we made the playoffs and won a playoff game, and then we proceeded to get our shit pushed in by you guys in the division.
Like 2 years ago, that was not expected. When we had that video taken of us, both of us were expected to be good teams, from what I remember.
I don't know, because I'm going to be honest. Ever since our 2011 season. Ever since then, we've been fucking atrocious. So every year, honestly, since then, has been almost expecting failure. Because that's what it's been. The Giants have been over the last 12 or 13 years now. The Giants have the most losses in the NFL,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
the
I've
Browns
seen
went 1-15 and 0-16 in that span, and they still don't have as many losses as the Giants do in that 10, 12-year span. So the Giants have not been fucking great. So that's what made 2022 such a surprise fucking season. Is like, holy shit, Daniel Jones is coming into his own. He's a good quarterback on a contract year, no less. Look at him fucking doubling down on himself. And our defense played well above and beyond what they're supposed to. Our receivers played above and beyond what they were supposed to. Like, all of a sudden, I was like, all right, okay, all right. And then we didn't do anything that following off season, and last season happened. And we don't talk about last season, except for the last game where I won this bad boy
against high schoolers.
No, again, the high schoolers did much better in the second half and gave you your only points.
And you guys have
we were up
backups in by
24-0 against your starters. I just want to point it out. And listen, if maybe you had put in the high schoolers against Tampa Bay, maybe you would have got a closer playoff game.
I knew that game was going to be. I knew we were
all
going to
did.
be bad.
We all did.
I didn't think both teams were going to be bad.
There were people still picking the Eagles to beat the Buccaneers going into that playoff game, and I don't know what the fuck they were smoking, but you saw the collapse. You saw them. I mean, the losses against the Niners and the Cowboys. I mean, they got pretty manhandled by the 49ers. The Cowboys game was what it was. I think it was a little closer, but the Cowboys pulled it off in the end. But then, you lose to, Horsecock Lock there and the Seahawks. And then you almost lose to the fucking Giants, which you should have lost that goddamn game if it wasn't for the ref not calling the goddamn fucking pass interference fucking penalty on the sideline and in the end zone. I want to calm down for a second. I want to calm down. And you lose to the fucking Cardinals.
They're a good
Who
team.
were worse than the Giants. And then you actually do lose to the Giants. To the point where you gave up going into halftime, and then your second and third stringers actually did better than your starters did. So, anybody going into the playoffs last year who paid any attention to the last 6 to 8 weeks of the NFL fucking season knew the Eagles weren't going to fucking win that game. Baker Mayfield was working his fucking magic for some fucking reason down there in the Bay Area. Tampa Bay was, again, I think the only pause is that Tampa Bay won a division by beating Carolina 9-0 the week before.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like you could barely beat the fucking Carolina Panthers who've won one game all year, and you get I don't know, maybe the Eagles got a shot. They did not. They did not. I believe, what was it, 30-9, 31-9, something like that was the final score. Not great. Not great. I enjoyed it. I watched the shit out of that game. I watched every goddamn second of that game. I just want to point that out there.
Now I know how you felt when the Giants lost to Philly the year before. Now it just dawned on me that's how you felt.
I walked away from that game after the first quarter. I had gone out. I had gotten beer. I had gotten, we had got snacks. I got my jersey on. I've been waiting all day for this game. I was like, oh, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. I think we're going to be close. I think it's going to be close, but I think we got a chance. After the first quarter, I got up. I went into the bedroom. I just laid in bed and played fucking phone games. I was just like, nope, I'm done. I'm done. I can't. Because I knew exactly what was going to happen. And sure enough, it did. That's exactly what happened. So, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about Bruno.
I kind of knew you tuned out because
I stopped answering your fucking text. Yeah.
When the wife said, "Is King answering your text?" I'm like, "No, I think he's pissed, but I'm not sure how pissed." Gave a few more minutes. You didn't text me back or anything. I'm like, I'd be willing to bet he's not watching the game no more.
Nope. Did not watch. I was. That was not great times. And then coming off of that, we go into the next year. It's like, hey, listen, surprise playoff run we had. We got the playoffs. It's like expectations are up there. Let's see what we can do. Let's go with this, and we get to the opening night, Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys at home. And it's like we get that first drive, and we're driving down the field. Danny Dimes looking good. Just driving down the field. I was like, damn, this team looks good. Then we get a holding penalty. Evan fucking Neal. Get a holding penalty. Kind of stalls the drive there at the 20. It's like, all right, fuck. One of the touchdown. That was such a great opening drive. Should have got a touchdown on it. I'm going to get a field goal. The field goal gets blocked. Ran back for a touchdown. And then I believe the next drive was a pick six. And that went back. And then the television went off. And I was like, so those two Giant games, I went from that Eagles one to the Cowboys one. And I was just like, this is absurd. So, again, I have higher hopes. Now, again, we're starting with the Vikings this year. So maybe it'll be a little better of a start playing against Sam Darnold. And we'll see, get a good gauge. The only game we're wearing our Century uniforms. I'm pissed about that.
The opening game?
That's it. That's the only game we're wearing them for.
Huh. See, I like for any teams, not just Giants, not just the Eagles. If you're wearing like a jersey like that to commemorate, something that happened in the past, I would like to wear them against a rival, like Giants wear against the Eagles, or
I would have loved to have the Giants wear those uniforms against the Bears wearing their throwbacks. I don't know if the Giants or Bears play this year, but like I'd have loved to have seen that, or against the football team of Redskin Commanders, or like the Packers. And I know the Packers have a throwback that they're going to be using too, and plus now they have icy white helmets too.
Just like all the teams need to realize you don't have to all do white jerseys, white helmets.
Everybody's getting a fucking white helmet. Broncos got a white helmet. The Vikings have a white helmet. The fucking Packers now have a white helmet. Who else?
Bengals.
The Bengals make sense. Listen. that fucking all white Siberian tiger fucking Bengals uniform.
Yeah.
It has been that shit's sharp. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
but then everybody else is doing it. It's like it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, and even the Vikings, when the Vikings have the white helmet, but they also have like a purple stripe going down the center. It's like, you don't have any stripes on your helmet. What are you putting up? What are you doing? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Starting to get my uniform fucking mind going. This has been a very the countdown yesterday and today been very ADHD shows. We're just kind of all over the fucking place. Well, I'm all over the fucking place. I don't know. All right, we're getting close to football. My mind is fucking losing itself. I'm fucking going crazy. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm just fucking all over.
And the problem is that when you go all over the place, I'm like the Looney Tunes. You're the bulldog. Hey, where do we go? Where do we go? Are we going here? Are we going here? And I'm following you around wherever you go. So I kind of go off too.
Hey, Spike, what are you doing? Spike, hey, Spike, where are you going? Spike, are you going? Spike, all right, Spike, hey, Spike, hey, Spike, what are you doing? Spike, hey, Spike. I love those cartoons. I still do.
Back when we had good cartoons.
The good old Looney Tunes days. I'm still trying to see. I see nothing new about Brandon Aiyuk. Still just a lot of conjecture and people posting shit now that.
So everybody's just posting the post.
Everybody's just like it's all the non. Like here, Mike DeFran 7 saying Brandon Aiyuk has been traded. Breaking news. He's go fuck yourself. You suck. At Mike DeFran 7. Go fuck yourself. Every single one of these Steelers ones. Every single Steeler podcast and Twitter account is posting nonsense. All Pittsburgh, yins need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Knock it off. Like you're not helping anybody, and guess what? You can post 1,000 times that it's happening. Oh, it's happening. It's a guarantee. Oh, it's done. It's done. It's official. Guys, it's official. I'm telling you, it's official. It's done. It's official. No matter how many times you want to will it into existence, doesn't mean that it's going to happen. Now, might it happen in the future? Sure. And I think that's why they're doing it, is to sit there and say, see, we were the first to say it. We were there right there. And then if it doesn't happen, they'll either delete it or they'll never mention it again. Which is why I love freezing cold takes, man. They're always there for you. They're always there to let you know that you fucked up. And that's why I always try hard not to be that guy. Like, as much as I support Daniel W. Dimes, I'm also sitting here and saying, I believe in him. I think he can be great. I think he can get the Giants to do great things. But he does have to show it. He has to produce. Like, there's no more waiting around. You can't sit there and say, like, oh, well, maybe he can have a better year. Or maybe he'll improve. Or no, now it's time. Like, this is it, Daniel. Like, so I'm aware of that. And I always try to temper myself with that and never make the declarative statement, because that's usually the wrong way to go about it. You know, you don't want to be the Skip Bayless. And I think that's the other problem, too. Everybody has, been infected with the Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith disease by watching so much of that shit that it's like, oh, I have to make an outlandish thing and say, like, oh, this is going to be the greatest pick ever in draft pick history, or this guy's going to be a guaranteed Hall of Famer, or this guy's guaranteed to be a bust. Now, I sit here and say, I think Caleb Williams, I think personally, I think he's going to be a bust, personally.
I agree.
Can he be great? Absolutely. Does he have the talent to be? 1,000%. He wouldn't be the number one pick in the NFL draft if he wasn't.
Yeah.
But can he do that? Can he survive in the NFL? Does he have the mentality to survive the NFL? I don't know about that. And again, we've seen other listen, Ryan Leaf was a very talented quarterback. There was the debate whether who should the Colts take, either Peyton Manning or Ryan Leaf. There was a legitimate debate about that, where some people thought the Colts picked wrong by picking Manning and said that they should have picked Ryan Leaf. But Ryan Leaf showed that he was not mentally prepared or ready for the NFL life, or life in general. That's why he ended up going to jail for, robbery or some shit like that. Like, yeah, I'm glad he's turned his life around. He's done very well now. I'm happy to see that he's made peace with himself and that he's doing well. As I think he does like some broadcasting stuff. He also does some podcasting stuff. Like he's doing very well. So I'm very glad to see that for Ryan Leaf. Making the best now of and how he goes around and he talks about all that kind of stuff and how it was for him. But I mean, I think there's an example of somebody who was super talented, could have been an NFL great, but just wasn't there. Is Caleb going to be that? I hope not. I'm never going to root for somebody to do badly, and that's the other thing too. It almost feels like some people are rooting for other people to do badly, and that's what bothers me with some of the Giants fans. It seems like they're actively rooting for Daniel Jones to suck. So then they're like, oh, we can get another quarterback now. We can get a quarterback in the draft next year. And so I hope I keep on throwing interceptions. It's like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, you're actively rooting for him to suck, and you're actively rooting for the Giants to suck because you think that we're going to somehow get a better quarterback next year. Guess what? We're going to get a quarterback next year if that happens. If Daniel Jones sucks this year, we draft the quarterback next year. Guess what? We're going to fucking suck next year.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud's not walking through that fucking door. Like, I don't know. I don't know. So I try to stay away from the declarative fucking statements.
Yeah, but that is one of my main concerns with Caleb is mentally, can he take losses? Can he take the press being in Chicago and that type of things? Now, I told you I didn't watch Hard Knocks last night, and I think you said you didn't watch it either. But did you see when the rookies had to get up front to do their singing?
I did see the clip, where he had they say where you're from, what school you went to, and what your signing, what your guaranteed money is, signing bonus was.
Did you see the one with the tight end, the rookie tight end?
No, I didn't. I saw the one with Caleb.
He went up there with no shirt on. I'm not sure if they were jeans or maybe his jersey pants were on.
Right.
And he's saying, I think he's saying "God bless America," something America.
Right.
And once he got done, he dropped his pants, and there he is in a speedo that was American flag.
Red, white, and blue. Hey. Oh,
Like, hey,
so that's like the talent show portion. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, kudos to you. I kind of like you for just, you know what? Screw you guys.
Well, listen. That's there is and that's one of the good or bad things about Hard Knocks is that like a locker room is a different world.
Yeah.
And like some people might see that and be like, oh, that's fucking weird, or like, oh, what is all that kind of shit? Like, oh, that's kind of odd. But like, it's in the locker room world, like that shit's pretty fucking tame from some of the locker room shit that I've fucking seen, even just in high school. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's good for him. Still better than whatever. What was the one last year with the Jets? Where they were like they were like going to do like a rap or a techno thing or something or some kind of DJ thing, and it was so fucking awful that they had to all the rookies were so fucking bad, like they had to redo it because they were all just fucking terrible. And it was like, boy, if there was a sign for your Jets 2023 season, unfortunately, there it was. Again, still nothing on the Brandon Aiyuk front. So that is where we are currently. I have all my notifications on. I have all my stuff here for Shefty and Rappaport and Ari Miroff and not Dove Kleiman because he can eat shit. But there is. This is not like this is. Fucking do something. Either do shit or get off the pot. Like what are we doing
Yeah.
here? I don't know. Yeah, what else are we talking about here?
All right, so can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay. No, I had a little pop in the house here, lost sound for a second there, but I'll make sure that we're back. So we're back. Okay.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Listen, you're fine like wine. Everything's fine.
Maybe Brandon Aiyuk's trying to take over
We're
the show
recording here. I don't know.
Us.
Maybe the NSA is now listening to us. Our fucking government overlords. Hi, how you doing, everybody? Nice to see you.
I just watched Enemy Estate last night. Great movie. I love that movie.
Dude, that's a old school movie. Good pull from there.
Yeah.
Hackman and Will Smith back before he was a cock. Like, yeah, no, very good.
I'll keep my comments to myself about the movie. Because it's political and things like that, so we don't want to get into that stuff.
Don't, especially with this fucking shit going on and this year and all the enough of the cults. Enough of the cults.
Yes.
The back end, both side cults done. You know me, I'm a center guy. I'm very center, so fuck that. Fuck off with that shit. This is the escape from that. That's part of the reason we do this show. This is why we want you to watch the show because we're not about that. This ain't about it. This ain't what we're gonna fucking do. We're here about sports. We're here to argue and hate each other about sports, damn it. Not about politics. We hate about sports, not politics. In this dojo. But anyway.
I gotta watch that too. Now maybe the only other thing we could bring up is that Friday we're gonna try to do a test run live stream.
We are gonna do a test run of our football watching live stream. We're going to watch I wanted to do it tomorrow for the Giants game, but someone's got to work, so I can't do that. So we are going to do it Friday for the Eagles game.
Always about the Giants.
It should be all about the Giants. New York, baby, #1 market. But we are going to try to do the Eagles and Ravens game just a little bit. We're going to see, knock out some kinks there and stuff. Not those kinks. We're going to try to knock some of that stuff out. See how it looks, work on some of the graphics and see how it is, and just kind of knock that. If you want to come watch it, you're more than welcome to. You can like, share, and subscribe. You can do all that down there. Make sure you hit the little bell. Also, you have to go. The one thing I didn't know about this is when you hit the little bell, you also have to make sure that you put the notifications to all. Because if you don't, YouTube will kind of fuck you over and won't give you, like, when we actually do shit. So,
okay.
Like, share, subscribe, hit that little bell, and make sure that in the drop-down box you put all notifications and do all that kind of fun stuff. You can donate to us if you would like. Those links are down there as well, but we also have the QR codes up over here. And also, if you want to do merch, we're over. No, that's still the QR code. Ow, I just hit the microphone. There we go. Over there is the merch store. You can see it. It's clearly marked. I don't know why I'm even fucking pointing at it. You can see it. So you can check all that out as well. You can join our Discord down there as well. And yeah, so if you want to join us, you can. We'll test it out. We'll see how it goes, and see if you like it. If you have any tips, if you have any anything you want to see, anything you don't want to see, things like that. Obviously, not the fucking game. We're not doing that. We'll get immediately banned off of YouTube, as will anybody who does it. So if you come into the chat and like, where's the game? First of all, you're a mental, yeah, you're a midget. Well, mental midget.
Maybe what we'll do is, if someone's asking for the game, I'll have wireless headphones on. I'll grab a football and I'll listen to your play-by-play, and I'll just run behind here and run up into a wall.
Listen, you're gonna get NFL watch along and a show, an interpretive performance.
Who else is
giving you that? Nobody. So that's one thing we won't do. But you can come in, you can leave a comment in the live chat, talk to us, do all that kind of shit. That would be fun. That would be great. It would be nice to see you. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that other stuff. And it should be, again, it's a nice little test. Should be fun. We also got a Friday forecast coming up, which will be the AFC West. I mean, I don't want to be like spoiler alert here, but
the Raiders are winning it.
I think Rich Eisen said that last year. I think he said, I think the Raiders are going to be my surprise team. They're going to win the AFC West.
Nope.
That did not happen.
I mean, maybe the second half when Pierce took over.
So I'm interested to see how that goes. Yeah. Also, just a quick note, because I saw you sent this to me in the one group chat that we have. They're going to have a baseball game at fucking Bristol Speedway?
That's what I saw. So Bristol is a short track, so like...
I think it's a half mile, yeah.
Half-mile track. I mean, okay, I just want to know how they're going to fit a baseball field.
How big? Like, how big is the infield there?
That's
where
the
you
thing.
Can do that. Like, is it bigger than like fucking the LA Coliseum? Like the infield part? It might be. Now again, call me stupid or whatever, and that's fine, because back in the day, like the Dodgers when they first moved to LA played in the Coliseum, and it was kind of fucking weird. Yeah. So like, I don't know the dimensions of the infield of Bristol. Sorry, NASCAR fucking freaks out there. I don't fucking know the fucking dimensions of all the goddamn racetracks. But
here's the only thing I'll say is, I race every so often. I don't do as much as I used to, but I've raced on both tracks. Bristol is slightly bigger than the Coliseum, but driving around it, it does not feel like a baseball. It feels like a Little League field.
But they had a college game there not too long ago, right? They had like Tennessee played there. So I want to say that. Yes. I think I remember that. Hold on, let me see. Tennessee Vols. Because I think I remember this. Yeah, there was the battle at Bristol in 2016. Jesus Christ, 8 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I see. I got a memory. My memory still works. But looking at it, like, I mean, you could. It depends on where you do it. Like, you might have.
That's what I mean.
It's either both lines might be like a kind of a short porch, and then you got a deep fucking center field, or either left or right field is going to have a short porch, and then either left or right field is going to be super fucking deep. So I'm not quite sure how they, and also a tremendous amount of foul territory. Okay. So let me see. Does anybody have a mock-up of this? Hold on. I gotta see this.
Because, and the main reason why I put it in the chat for us is did baseball fall this far that they're trying these type of ideas now? Like, I would never have thought this would be.
Here's the thing: it feels like they're late to the party. Like this reminds me of like when the NHL started the Winter Classic. Like, cool idea, innovative, different. Oh, hockey in a football stadium or baseball stadium, outdoors, January 1st, kind of cool. Then you had like this thing where they had like the college game there. And then every now and then you'll have like the Yankees. I mean, the Notre Dame will play at Yankee Stadium, or they have like the Pinstripe Bowl now too there. So you have football back at Yankee Stadium and something like that. I think even college basketball did a college basketball game on an aircraft carrier out in San Diego. Like so there are these things, and it's like now this just feels like baseball is. Hey guys, hey, we're gonna do something too. Hey, we're gonna do something really cool too, and it's like. But why? Like again, it feels like a desperate grab by Manfred to be like, see, we're relevant. Baseball's still relevant, and it's like, okay, you're doing it in a place that doesn't. It's not a baseball market. Now, some people have said that they want to see Nashville get a team, or Tennessee get a team, another Southern team to come in or something. But there's been no real push for that. There's no team that might go. Maybe the White Sox. I think I've heard as a possible relocation. That's the team to go somewhere else. But even then, I think the Carolinas might be in a better spot than Nashville is at this point. I don't know, but it just seems like a. It seems like a grab. It seems like a weird grab. So I'm not. I'm not 100% convinced. I'm looking at some of these. It would be so awkward. Like I don't even know what the dimensions would be.
That's what I mean. It's just weird. Like if they were doing, say, Pocono or Talladega, like the bigger tracks, that would make sense. But
like looking at what some of these people have, like somebody did a mock-up of, like if you put Wrigley Field's field into Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
Center field only comes to about halfway up the stadium.
Okay.
So then you just have all this empty space.
Yeah.
So what the fuck have we got? Like, are you only going to have half the stadium? You're going to fill up a whole stadium? If somebody got seats all the way on the other side of the goddamn stadium, that's
what I mean. This sounds forced and, like you said, late to the party.
And I know some people say like, "Oh, you go see a hockey game in a football stadium, like it's the stat lines of it." You're there for the. I get that too, but at least still you get to watch some of the game. Like you still kind of see it. Like if you, I don't know. This seems.
I think they missed out that they didn't make the going out to Iowa a yearly thing. Like I watched that.
Oh, the Field of Dream game.
Field of Dreams, yeah.
That was a unique idea.
Yeah.
And it tied into an essential piece of baseball entertainment, Americana kind of thing when it comes to Field of Dreams and stuff like that. And it kind of had that old feel to it. And I remember watching that first one with the Yankees. Who was it? The Yankees and Cubs?
No, Yankees and the White Sox. Just
was
like
the Yankees
Field
and White
Dreams.
Sox? Yeah. And they come out of the fucking cornfield as it, like that was awesome. Fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like that's when it's like, all right, baseball, you got one. All right, that was good. This seems fucking. I don't know what this one. And listen, this could end up being cool. Will I watch? Yeah. Listen, I thought it was weird when they put a racetrack in the fucking Coliseum. Did I watch a couple of laps? Yes, I'm not a NASCAR guy. I don't like racing. It's kind of dumb to me anyway. Not to insult you or the people that you race with. I know you're all guys there. Have fun, driving your fake cars. That's great. NASCAR, just not great. As I tried for a little bit back in 2004, 2005 to get into NASCAR because I was trying to get some. And if I'm being honest, not to be a misogynist, but I was trying to get with this girl. And she liked NASCAR, so I tried to like NASCAR. It happens. Needless to say, that didn't quite work out, and neither did me watching NASCAR. It just once that didn't happen, once there was no future with that one, it was kind of like there was no reason to keep watching this fucking shit. So, I'm not sure how this is going to work out. Best of luck to baseball. Best of luck to Bristol Motor Speedway. I hope it all goes well. But I have no idea.
That's supposed to happen next year at some point. So
we'll keep an eye out for everybody and let you know.
Not high hopes though.
Boy, I was kind of off the fucking rails today, wasn't I? Jesus. Oof.
Yeah.
It's been a day. It's been a day. I'll just say this. And I'm still pissed at Brandon Aiyuk for not fucking doing something yet.
I guarantee, and this always happens
The
to me
moment
too.
we fucking stop.
Yep.
If that happens, I'm going live. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because we were
It
debating
happened.
on whether or not we were going to go live. We were going to, and I was like, at the last second, I was like, screw it. I'd have to, I had to make a thumbnail. I had to do all this kind of stuff. I was like, we'll start doing, and we are going to start doing live. We are going to start doing live shows here very soon. I think it's better personally, but we'll see, and we'll see how you like it. We'll see how everybody likes it. We'll see. Again, we're in discussions.
Yes.
But I was just thinking like, and it seems like it was, I don't know. But if that fucking happens, we're coming back on. We're going to be live. I'm going to make sure that we're fucking live. And I may lose my shit. Because I'm already on a mental edge. And if Brandon Aiyuk does this to me now, I'm going to be...
Oh, you know what would be even better? He gets traded to Philly.
We already
A.J.
went over
Brown,
that. We
Devontae
already
Smith.
went over that, and we know he's not going to. If we know anything for the Patriots, we know he's not going to a loser. So we know that's not going to happen, Jimbo. So relax,
Or
and
on the
fire
flip
yourself.
side, I will just sit back and watch the hilariousness of this if he gets traded to the Giants. I think you would lose
Early
your
on,
shit.
see, here's the thing. Early on, the Giants were a team that was included in this. They said one of the outside teams that could be in the Aiyuk sweepstakes, that they heard rumblings that they were kind of kicking the tires on it. I believe the Giants were a team. They had, at that time, it was like the Giants, the Patriots, the Steelers, the Browns. There was somebody else too that was also involved, and then quickly they kind of fell off because I don't know if the Giants have the assets that they would want to give up, or if they want to pay somebody that money, especially after how public it was, how they didn't pay Saquon. Although I would take Aiyuk over Saquon 100 out of 100 times.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. It was a last second kind of jump in there. The Giants are like, gotcha. And, God, could you imagine Malik Neighbors on one side, Brandon Aiyuk on the other, Danny Dimes is just, boo, boo, boo. Oh, I would love it.
Neighbors.
I would
punching
love
Aiyuk
it.
and
I don't care. He could
bitch.
sucker punch anybody he wants. Sucker punch him. Let's go. That would be... See, now you got me dreaming. Don't make me dream. We're already so close. Stop. Stop it. Stop. So anyway, I guess we're getting close here, so I'll just remind everybody once again, like, share, and subscribe. We got all the links down there if you want to help donate to us. If you want to go shop at our merch store, which is donation, except you get a cool piece of merch with it too. You get a nice shirt you can wear. That'd be very nice. Discord's down there. A whole bunch of other stuff is down there. That would be great. Thank you so much for subscribing, for watching, for everything that you do, and for putting up with me today, because I've been in a fucking just. I've been in a mess. I'm not going to blame it all on Brandon Aiyuk, but it's some on him. But I think it's best if I just shut the fuck up now.
So I think that's going to be it for us.
I was going to say, is there anything else? I don't know. We talked about fucking baseball in Bristol. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about.
Other than Aiyuk, that it's pretty.
Other than Aiyuk, that we fucking talked about for the entire goddamn show anyway, amongst other things with my meandering ass. But
till next week, this is your good friend Jimbo.
It's your boy King.
We're out.
I need to shut the fuck up.